Homegrown Conservation for the Gunnison Basin, a locally built plan to protect one of Colorado's largest and most important conservation areas, while keeping public lands working and open.
We're surrounded 360 degrees by public lands. You can ride north, south, east, or west for 60 to 100 miles and not come to another town or civilization.
Senator Bennett at the time came to the community and said, hey, I think public lands bills are important. I think the ability to think about how to protect public lands is a really good endeavor to take on. And so when I was elected Gunnison County Commissioner in 2012, started working on the concept and the idea of how do we bring people to the table and have a values discussion, not an us versus them, but recognizing that public lands are the lifeblood of our economy, of our values, of our history.
GORP Act will basically give people the confidence in a time when things do seem so much in the air. So we need more lasting protections to ensure that we build a culture around preservation.
The Gunnison Outdoor Resource Protection Act would permanently protect more than 730,000 acres while supporting recreation, clean water, wildlife habitat, and the local economy.
Whether you're a rancher with a grazing permit, you're a guide and outfitter who makes money on the river or maybe guiding clients, whether you like to mountain bike or ride a motorcycle, all of those things contribute to our economy, they contribute to why people are here.
Almost 80% of Gunnison County is federal land, and that's why it's so important.
I want clean, abundant water, and anything we can do to protect the lands above us that provide us our irrigation water, we need to do.
One of the ways a community can be resilient in the future is having really productive ecosystems that are impervious to dramatic climate changes.
The GORP Act strikes a balance, conserving wildlife and headwaters, supporting sustainable recreation, and protecting the working ranches and watersheds that sustain local communities.
To me, the wildlife part of it is just something I'm very passionate about, and I've recognized that that's an incredible resource in this country that we have, and then in particular in this region. And what big wildlife needs are big landscapes.
If we don't try to protect those areas, that could really affect not just where we recreate, but also the economy. Here in Gunnison, we have a very big ecotourism framework.
The western slope is the last best place. That's why the GORP Act is appealing to Delta County. It is the nexus of agriculture, water, and energy.
One of the things that I do really like about the GORP Act was that it was local, bipartisan, a group of people that all had a common goal of creating something that was good for everybody. And it just needs to get done.
Even though we're local and we know these lands incredibly well, and this is home, we never lose sight of the fact that these lands belong to every single person in the United States of America. It's not just about the income of a guide or a rancher or a bike shop, but it's also what is the enduring ecological function that we are responsible to find that balance between safeguarding that, but also allowing those opportunities that really support our community.
So when people can be on land and love land and make a living from land and be there every day and very much a part of it, we tend to value that land deeply.
Safeguarding the landscape of the Gunnison Basin is protecting both traditional and upcoming ag for future generations.
This legislation creates a portfolio of protections for scientific research areas, wildlife conservation areas, special management and recreation areas, and new wilderness tailored to local values and current uses.
One of the most important things that we started with as a philosophical starting point was existing uses on the landscape will be respected, valued, and protected.
When language for legislation is built and it is truly done with the community involved, it is a broader conversation. It's often a harder conversation because you have numerous voices at the table. And where GORP did it right is they took the time to listen.
The GORP Act is a step in the right direction, protecting the lands. Knowing that we still have intact ecosystems above us is pretty wonderful. I mean, it gives me a sense of security, and I think on a practical level, it provides security.
If you live here, you have a connection to the land. There is so many important things that happen in this valley, and the reason why people are here living in this valley is that connection to the land.
Take the time to read the language, really look at the text. For the long term, this is the right legislation to move forward.